All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Alexander Orywall. This is my spring 25 internship final exam video. And this year or this semester, I was the assistant to the athletic director within UMSL Athletics Department. So what is the UMSL Athletics Department? Uh, UMSL Athletics Department is the athletics department of UMSL. They have 19 teams and compete in the NCAA Division II, and they're in the Great Lakes Valley Conference. I work in the Mark Twain building here on campus and where all of the I guess indoor sports take and where soccer plays, softball and baseball are on other parts of the campus. My boss is Dr. Holly Sheely. She's executive director of athletics, just the athletic director. And I am her assistant. So my title, right, assistant to athletic director. That makes sense. All right, my role and duty as the assistant to the athletic director. I think I could say there's like five different main categories: administrative support, event coordination, budget analysis, communication, and marketing. Administrative support is a wide range of stuff. It's not just this, but it's like managing calendars, schedule meetings, handle correspondence, organizing, maintaining files, records, documentation. Uh, those are just like the basic stuff, but there's more. For example, I email different coaches, head coaches, sport information directors, and athletic directors of other schools who come to UMSL and send them our visitor guide, stuff like that. But then event coordination, assist in planning, executing select events, meetings, and banquets. Banquets, for example, is the Louis, helped organize that, was part of that. During the Louis, for example, I was in charge of the presentation. Uh, Athletic event is, for example, I helped organize or I organized dog day at the ballpark for our softball team. Had a couple of organizations show, as in dog vendors or just think people organizations that sold stuff with for dogs. They came out. Then budget analysis, help complete analysis and reports with summaries, oversee the ordering of concessions, policies, procedures, and budget reconciliation. Oversee ordering of concessions and like seeing, what we have, what we need. That was always kind of fun. I don't know, I just enjoy that. I don't It's maybe not fun, but I enjoy think it's a cool thing. Communication. I serve as a liaison between athletic director, coaches, staff, and external stakeholders. Uh, that could be a bunch of things. For example, that's also going to marketing, but promoting the dog day, promoting different events, stuff like that. Draft communication, report presentations. That could also come back, communication, stuff like that, with reaching out to coaches and head SIDs and athletic directors of other schools. Then presentations, just do presentations, whatever Holly needs. And then marketing, again, kind of touched on that, just assist with creating a marketing plan, create graphics. That's not my favorite, I have to be honest, but in case it needs to be done, I can do it. All right, establish goals for the internship. I wanted to make a good impression on Dr. I'm just gonna call her Holly because that's what I call her, and wanted to be rehired for next year. Why was that so important? I've worked for UMSL Athletics for 2 years now, and I'll touch on that later. But she started in October, so when I started this position, especially being her assistant, she was really new to the. I mean, I'd say like she's still new. She's been here what 7 months now. Uh, but I wanted to make sure, hey, I'm doing a good job. Uh, so that was really important to get rehired for next year. I wanted to oversee something I was able to do every week. Over the like last couple internships I had, that was not necessarily always the case. And while it's always nice, to not have something to do, not doing the same thing every day, it's also nice, to have something consistent, at least for me. And then connect with coaches and administrators from other schools, as I mentioned, sending them those visitor guides, just trying to connect with them as we talk about, it's not what you know. No, it is what you know, but it's more importantly, it's who you know the right people. All right, so to achieve my goals, I I'd say I did make a good impression. At least Holly said so. And I got rehired, so that's where that comes from. I'll be again here again next year. Uh, I wanted to oversee something I was able to do every week. That was not necessarily always the case. I mean, some things I did more often than once, but it wasn't necessarily always something to do. I wasn't necessarily doing the same thing every week. There you go. Connect with coaches and administrators from other schools. I wasn't that successful. Not a lot of athletic directors or SIDs came to our school to the games. I mean, makes sense. I don't think ours go to a lot of away games either. Then I haven't really talked to a lot of the coaches, so that wasn't as successful. Still got some LinkedIn connection, but they're not really deep. I don't say they're meaningful. Uh, so, and you can see my office down there. All right, what did I learn? I learned a lot about compliance and what we need to do for the NCAA to stay in compliance. That's both. So my office is next to Jessie Chandler, who's our compliance person. Uh, and so I also do a lot of work for her, like all the stuff for her, assist her in her job. And I learn a lot, like, hey, what do we need to do? What kind of rules does the NCAA have? What kind of rules does the GLVC have? What do we need for this? What do we need for that? So I've learned a lot about that. I think that that's the biggest thing. What do we need for our students to be eligible for play? What are some biggest takeaway of my internships? I think I was successful because of these three things, and those are like the takeaways I take from it. It's being on time, being reliable, and be willing. So being on time, if you say you're going to be there at, I don't know, 9 a.m., be there at 9 a.m. That kind of goes with be reliable. If I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there, 9 a.m. or whatever. And then be willing. I did not say no, and I do not say no to any job or anything that they give me to do. Like I always say yes. And I think I'll talk about that later as well. And that's I think a big takeaway. Do that as well. Sure, we'll talk about it later. My growth in my sport management career. So I started off as the UMSL women's basketball team manager. That was back in 2023. I did that for a year, so a season. That started in October or September of 2023. Can't remember now. It's probably early October. And then went through May of 2023. Then during the summer sorry, May of 2024. And then during the summer of 2024, I went home to Germany, and I was an intern for a basketball club in the second division. Then in the fall of 2024, I was an UMSL Athletics facility management and game day operations intern. I did a good enough job there to get promoted to the assistant to the athletic director position. That was this semester. That is this semester. That's what I'm doing the presentation about. And then in the summer, I'm going home again. Uh, and I will be an intern. They're the same. They're the same title because I translated it from German, so it's just so easiest to understand. So I'm doing that, and then I'll come back in the fall, and I'll continue here as the assistant to the athletic director. So looking forward to that. What would I tell my younger self? Don't worry as much and don't waste opportunities. I sometimes overthink a little bit, and I guess something that I found, not always, but it does help sometimes. And if do you have a problem? If yes, can you do something about it? If you can't, don't worry about it. If you can't do something about it, don't worry about it. There's nothing you can do. And if you don't have a problem, don't worry. So, yeah, then don't waste opportunities. If something comes along, use it. Don't let it go by. Advice for incoming students: get involved on campus. One of the first podcasts I ever listened to in sports management said it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I kind of, I don't want to say I live by it, but it's definitely something I keep in mind. Reach out to people if you need help. UMSL offers a bunch of resources that you can take advantage of. I'd say do it if you need them. Uh, and if not, use them too. Take your class seriously. Once you fall behind, it's hard to catch up. I'm graduating this semester. I'll come back for my master's next year. But I'm trying to graduate with a 3.8 GPA. But I had one decent, not a bad semester. It was decent, I guess, but it wasn't that good. So I don't think I'll be able to graduate with 3.8. I'll have the 3.7 something. So keep up, don't fall behind. It's hard to catch up. Uh, and then find internships to do over the summer. They're a great way to learn, great way to make connections. So do them. Advice for current sport management students: don't say no to things right away. Sometimes things you don't find very interesting can still help you learn. They might not be fun, but it can help. So I advise doing it. Get involved with the club and the program. Dr. B shares a lot of opportunities. Use them. And again, do an internship, gives you some real world experience and builds your network. Uh, some tips about no insights about the sport management program. No advice about the sports management program and courses. Do the work. A lot of things you have to do in class might seem like a lot of work, or just you don't want to do them, but it will benefit you in the long run. Talked about grades earlier. Keep it up. Be willing to take different kinds of classes. They can be really interesting. I've taken some classes that I wouldn't have thought that are interesting or important to know, and they definitely are helpful. So, use it. I'm repeating myself here, but do an internship gives you real world experience, build your network, participate in the extracurricular activities such as the sales competition or any of the other trips. I really like the sales competition. It helps you learn how to sell. So that's why I recommend it. But there's so much other things. Uh, I'm very sure Dr. B can answer any questions that you have about that. All right. Conclusion, definitely worth it. I like this position. I'm learning a lot and I'm doing a lot. And I really enjoy that. I'm getting more and more responsibility. They're allowing me to do more and more things, and more things that aren't like necessarily uh unimportant. Like, I mean, everything's important, right? Like somebody has to do it. As me on the lowest of the hierarchy, I understand why I sometimes do what I do, but I get to do more and more important things, and I get to getting more and more responsibility. For example, I get to oversee not no, I get yeah, I get to oversee the facilities on the weekends. If we rent out the facility uh for lifeguard training, and I oversee the facility on the weekends. And I think I enjoy that. Well, what's enjoy? I'm working, but I enjoy that, or I like that they trust me enough to give me this responsibility. So I think it's very cool, and I would definitely recommend working with UMSL Athletics. Uh, so yeah, that's my conclusion.